Chapter 3. Convince Hester Klimt that Osten Laithe was murdered. We're going to investigate the private room using the poison Snooper.
Very well, what do you want? I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about. Why are you harassing me? Portafoy, prepare for action.
if it isn't my would-be assassin with a heart of gold, or perhaps silver or bronze, I can always count on you to liven up a mundane evening. Osten's dead, but I only saw him recently. So full of life. Wait, is this a potential murder investigation? How charmingly macabre! Do you really think someone murdered poor Osten? Shh, don't spoil it. Yes, I simply must be involved. How might I facilitate your sleuthery? Now see here, I am only midway through today's debauch, and am of sound enough mind to answer the queries of both of you. There are two of you, yes? I jest. Oh, do lighten up. This isn't a funeral, it's a possible murder scene. I've already imbibed several libations in dear Estem's memory. Oh, yes, of course. Carry on. My occasional drinking companion has an education in engineering. If anything, he's even more of a man of leisure than I. He has an advisory position at the Imperial Planetologist's office, though I don't believe he's ever set foot in that office. He's here more often than even I. If you ask me, and you have, he curried the favor of someone powerful to receive such a cushy job. Well, his carnal pursuits are prodigious. He worked his way through nearly all of Arakeen's eligible ladies. The man knows how to pitch woo prolifically. It's been a most unusual pleasure. Should you discover any more juicy details, I'll be here, keeping vigil for poor Osten. Ah, the return of our intrepid sleuth hound. Has the plot thickened? Oh, do say the plot has thickened. Well, I should think you'd be the resident expert on poisons with your involvement in the farcical plot to assassinate me. That was you, wasn't it? Just a jest at your expense. All water under the bridge, I assure you. Why, some of my closest friends have tried to murder me at one time or another. Now, what were we talking about? A proper murder mystery, and I'm a suspect. How wickedly romantic. Perhaps I felt a deadly envy toward my dear friend. Nothing comes to mind. He was a sad sack of wine, whereas I am rather fabulous. Come to think of it, we weren't very close friends. Pshaw, we can hammer out a motive later. I'm just glad to be in the rogues gallery of this caper. I can say this about poisoning Osten. It would be easy to do. The man had recently developed a bottomless appetite for spiced alcohol. Not everyone can handle vice with the charm and panache that I do. People like Osten turn alcoholic dependency into something depressing. Something terrible haunted that man. 1 part guilt and 2 parts fear of discovery, shaken well and garnished with intrigue. My, such a sharp and incisive mind. You're liable to cut yourself on it. I trust you'll keep that little deduction between us. Do I get to play the part of a potential suspect? Fun! Yes, I've been at this establishment for most of the day. Sounds sad now that I'm saying it. Anyway, the proprietor can vouch for me. Well, only the usual assortment of patrons. Nothing noteworthy, I'm afraid. Allow me to lend you an ear. Maybe two. I can say that he was rather buried in that book, a recent reading obsession. He even had it open at the bar, barely registering the people around. I was mildly put off by all the finger-licking he did whilst turning the pages, but if moisture is needed on Arrakis, one must simply supply it themselves. Oh, yes, that was the most scandalous bit about it. A rather controversial text full of criticisms of the Empire. The title was, Histories of Imperial Descent, Volume 7, The Ikaz Revolt Causes, Conduct, and Consequences Within the Imperium. Or something thereabouts. Come to think of it, he also recently read a banned Sandflies manifesto titled Wings in the Dark, Notes Toward a Future Without Chains. Yes, well, I simply must petition my house to change our motto to, For We Are High Functioning. I'm afraid I missed out on that bit of gossip. A pity. I did see him reading a Sandflies manifesto recently. Only that they have an improbably high propensity for slapping me, men and women. Though to be fair to them, I deserved it. Or do you mean Austen's tremulous little apprentice cowering at the window? In that case, no. Ah, yes, his illimitable nervous tic. I can stomach murder and cadavers, but just thinking about that man's poor, tormented cuticles. Ugh. And I'll tell you another thing. He had deep-seated mother issues that bordered on fetishistic. We can smell our own. I shall count the minutes until the next disaster. It's been a most unusual pleasure. Should you discover any more juicy details, I'll be here, keeping vigil for poor Osten.
Ah, you are back. How can I help? But who would want to kill Master Laithe? He was already doing a good job of that himself. Between his taste for that toxic Harkonnen brew he loved so much, and the company he kept. Your house deserters and ex-Dune men mostly. Not the kind that file taxes or hold court on Kaiten. Keep it down, stranger. But yes, if you are asking if Master Laithe drifted that far, he did. Master Laithe was a creature of habit, wretched once. Benders that lasted days, women and drink until he couldn't see straight. Oh, public! Shouting poetry in the gutter. One sock, no shoes. The sheriff, he dragged him in more than once. No charges, of course. Not for his kind. He would vanish, poof. Sometimes for days or weeks at a time. Always come back clear-eyed, skin back like a desert stone. That is when he would hole up in the private room, pour himself a Vanta, crack open one of those revolutionary tomes, and the cycle would begin anew.
Found what you were looking for? Or just a new regret to pair with your drink? I believe you are mistaken. Master Laithe is under the influence of something quite spiritual. Vanta draft. Known side effects include coma, confession, and occasionally death. But let's be generous and assume the middle one. You're right, no games. Just a corpse in the Espada room, and a list of insults I had hoped to use before Vanderdraft finished what regret started. Murdered? No. Master Laithe was far too committed to slow, deliberate self-annihilation, not flashy enough for murder. Self-loathing's not a flaw in this town. It's a currency, and Master Laithe had it to spare. He spent it on bad liquor, bad romance, and bad books, in that general order. Vanta Draft poured black as regret. The real stuff, illegal with a trace of poison, mined in barrels, not bottled. Master Laithe said it was the only drink honest enough to finish what he started. Not officially, just a spice stabilizer that got banned in 3 systems. Makes the color pretty. Also kills your liver. Depending on who you ask, that's a feature. Trace amounts of hexene chloride, legally classified as lacquer thinner, adds that lovely licorice bite. Builds up in the blood until your nerves start skipping beats, but it's slow, subtle. Death by decimal. Master Laithe collected bad decisions like drink tickets, and love was just another excuse to disappear for a night, or 3. Weird stuff, off-the-record titles, things that don't circulate legally. Class struggle, worker dignity, that sort of quaint filth. The kind of books that'll get you locked up on over half the systems in the Imperium. Sorry, the desk to sign out library books is on the lower floor. Things you don't read for fun. Anti-imperial treatises. Sandfly manifestos. I don't know. I suppose he wanted to unbolt the class system with his wrench and conviction. Should have known tools like us don't get to fix things. We just hold the weight until it crushes us. You will have to ask his assistant, Hester Klimt. She catalogues tragedy like a tax collector. Go spoil her mood.
again? You're like a rash. I'm sorry. Was that hurtful? Not hurtful enough. How is this supposed to go? I'm in over my head. I'm not in the proper state of mind, and I promise there will be collateral damage if I have to open my mouth. Who made that fanciful exaggeration? Ambrose Lucifera? The man's mind is a perverted carnival. I saw nothing to suggest anything of the sort. Now that sounds like a fanciful exaggeration. I at least saw nothing to suggest anything like that. Murder? That's impossible. I don't... How could you... How? No, there's clearly been a mistake. The situation is insane enough without these wild theories. No, murder. It seems so unlikely, doesn't it? I don't... All right, you nerve-wracking hound. Let me think. Perhaps I do know something that would help. Ask your questions. Stranger than usual? He did become extra agitated. Paranoid, even. Particularly after a meeting with a strange woman. A redhead. He met with her in a closed room for hours. He came out, distressed, immediately ordering a Thopter transport for the following day. I didn't recognize her. She looked, noble, perhaps. Congratulations on that brilliant deduction. I don't know if I should... He had a secret workshop in the Eastern Shield Wall. I don't know why he chose such a remote location. I don't know what he worked on there. I never saw him work. I'll send you the coordinates of the workshop. I understand. Let's get this over with. Was that some sort of revolutionary manifesto? I don't know much about the book itself, other than Osten was reading it obsessively recently. Not specifically. Well, I don't know if it is anyway connected, but Osten's political demeanor was becoming more, I suppose, militant. Towards the end, he also seemed to be hanging out about more and more shady and dangerous-looking people, though I have no idea who they were. Alastair and Ugo have access to any room in the Seleucid Ball, of course. I know I've seen Ambrose Lucifera in and out of there. Isn't that the thing about murder? We're often surprised by who is capable. I suppose Ugo and Alastair might have their own shady dealings. But I can't imagine them killing someone in their own establishment. And Ambrose seems too ridiculous. I don't know. Murder. I just can't believe... Well, the more I think about it, someone murdering Osten isn't so unbelievable. I don't know what to believe. Osten wasn't a conventional boss. He rarely came into the office. A dysfunctional workplace, to say the least. No guidance, little teaching, nothing. With the absence of Cyprian Io, I've been taught nothing. I've had to figure it out as I go, running the day-to-day affairs in the chaos. In essence, I'm the acting planetologist of Arrakis. It's ludicrous. I'm in over my head. Damn Osten. Or rest in peace, or both. I'm losing my mind. I appreciate that. Osten must have done something for someone in power to earn his cozy position. He did something that haunted him. You should understand, Osten was a brilliant engineer, as near as I can tell. But something shattered him at some point. He's a shadow of who he was. It wasn't any one thing or any describable clue. Just a million tiny intangibles taken in while being around him. Something had him guilt-racked. Once I saw him sobbing over a set of city planning sketches. He didn't see me. He avoided his work and skill set. It made him feel guilty or afraid. I'm not sure how he made ends meet, but the job title remained and money kept coming in. An alibi for Osten's murder. I was out on business that Osten had been neglecting. I'm afraid the only proof I can show are piles of hastily prepared paperwork.
Report. You rattled her then? Good. Did anything shake loose? Did she say where? If he was running, that's the direction we look. Very good. You're starting to think like a Cheops player. But every cleared square reveals a trap or a truth. Go see which one Laithe left behind. The pyramid game. 9 levels, like chess built for mentats. It doesn't matter if you have. The point is, you don't win Cheops by chasing pawns. Every piece changes value as you climb the board. Just like an investigation, you can't trust what's in front of you until you understand what's above it and what's beneath.
Thanks for watching.